part of the conversation, and then the other part of the conversation is people who are receiving the particular hypercert. How can they really leverage it? And covering both the aspects is the hyper boards. How can we really enable folks to really look at projects as well as contributors and have a sense of trust in terms of the work that they do and the work that they are contributing to the ecosystem. Now, bear in mind, hypercerts have not been created to be like tokens, to be traded per se, right? So that's not the objective out here. It is not like, for example, another carbon token that can be sold and leveraged and traded. That's not, as I understood, that's not the objective of the team. It's plain and simple, just a digital MRV, right? Measurement, reporting, and verification tool. And it is a pathway, as I see, a stepping stone for folks to really get into the Web3 registries, get used to this aspect of really quantifying every aspect of their work. Right? So I see this as a stepping stone, but a lot of conversation to really happen out there. Now comes the particular perspective of the climate solutions round working group. And we have been answering questions around why this project, what has this project really done over the last couple of grants. And these are questions we asked ourselves also, right? And we have been uh, requiring this particular impact data from people, right, from the projects. And we figured out that, okay, hypercerts may be a good option to ask people to really, DMRV the work that they're doing, and then offer it up for the community, for the working group, because it'll make our life easier too, right? It'll make approvals faster, and it'll just create all that more good in the ecosystem, so that when we go out and raise more funds towards the climate round, we're going to tell a bunch of people that, this is the work that has been done. This, however, is the first step. Beyond this, we also need to incorporate elements, for example, like the EBF, Ecological Benefits Framework, right? Because we can't have, hypercerts which are like, not interoperable. Because when we are taking this to, for example, reporting organizations, right? When we take this to donors, they're going to want a simplified common language. They can't individually look at every project and understand, okay, this hypercert is for this activity and this one is for this activity. They would want a common unified language. And maybe EBF is a great suggestion and a great tool towards that, because we really want, there's a lot of good work happening in the climate rounds. We really want to capture all of those data points and take them to the donors, take them to these large organizations that, what, everybody talks about really enabling. Well, we got the engine all out here. It's all working. You just need to plug into us. That's the goal, that's the objective, that's the larger picture. I'm going to stop now, but long story short, we intend to get the Hypercert team to do a working session with all of us.
Love it. Yeah, when I spoke with Sophia from the Hyperstart team, she called it the data layer. If I was speaking to a 5-year-old, though, I'd probably say the information part, right, of impact claims. So it starts with someone saying, "Hey, I did the impact," and then from there you can evaluate. From there you can check to make sure that the thing happened, and then that checking part is also a form of positive impact, which can be rewarded. And the main impact claim, where people say, "I did this impact," that can also be fractionalized, so they can be broken into tiny pieces, which can be distributed according to the people who helped make that overall impact happen. Let's say if it's planted 1,000,000 trees, right? Could be a bunch of people who made that happen. There's funders, there's planters, there's all these different stakeholders, and you can allocate a piece of this this hypercert to those people. Folks can evaluate it, and then they can, in the future, send some form of compensation or appreciation or reward to the different stakeholders, the different people who made it happen. And by doing so, people can be excited about doing more positive impact, I guess. That's kind of, but you need this data layer part. Like, it's trying to do one thing very well, and that is the data around the impact claim.
I love how Pranav gave his clear information, and then Jimmy comes in and goes, and if you're talking like to a 5-year old, thanks for jumping on that request. That was awesome. If anybody listening liked that explanation, because that's some alpha for how this space. Retweet the
I
room.
was looking at the
Oh,
EBF Ecological Benefits Framework like literally 5 minutes ago, and I've noticed there is like 50 experts and 24 pilot projects. And I was actually thinking how we can scale to the entire planet, because hey, the impact assessment is a new skill. Measuring impact is the new trend, and I'm actually thinking how can we scale it beyond just 50 experts and 24 projects. And I'm also realizing that my project is doing something similar, and I'm actually thinking about joining forces. I realize that you are more advanced. You have brand, team, resources. My approach is slightly different, but I don't want to make 20 small bigger fires. I'd much rather join forces and work together.
Love that. It's all
not only money that they get as a profit. Yeah, so that's totally huge, and I agree that it's not easy solution. I mean, it's not easy to switch or to change or to bring direct impact. You know, it's really hard to do, but that's kind of I pursue this not like switch right now, right here, but more progressive and evolution, organic growth of this idea and change in the people mindset. And maybe that requires some generation change and some bigger time that we like want, because you know we're full of energy, like we're ready to do it right now, we're ready to act, we're ready to build, give us bull run right now, right here. I'm joking a bit, but you know the energy. But the processes, they require time, and we just building and keep building during this time. And yeah, of course, I see. I have optimistic view on the future. And let me use this time to ask Higli if he is online here. Can we upload our Pangan member NFT collection with the Mint function to start promote Fractal Vision Marketplace on our offline events, because we prepare some materials with Anastasia, and thinking like that will be the best if we can use Fractal Vision and start to promote you guys. Igli, if you hear, please reply. If not, for sure I will text you, or Anastasia, I'm gonna text you, and then see jump on stage.
Love that. Thanks so much for that. We'll come back to you on that point. Steve, all yours.
Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna kind of play devil's advocate on what Mars was saying here. If our solution, our main solution for funding what we're doing, is punishing quote unquote bad actors and rewarding us quote unquote good actors, that's a very extractive and opposing movement. That's a very easy way to make enemies, you know? And the problem with that is they're the ones with the most money. So it could be a way, but definitely should not be the main way. Another point to that is, once, like, let's say, for example, I don't know, Jimmy's going to hate me right now, but let's say Shell actually transitioned into regenerative capitalism, which I would say is centralized version of what we're doing. And in that regard, they turn into one of our friends, but also they've been, funneling money this way that helps. Their system's still going to be more favored because there's a revenue generation. If we can't figure out revenue that makes us stand alone without relying on someone else to do something bad, that's not regenerative, in my opinion. I realize the actions were punishing a degenerative act, but socially, that's a win-lose situation. And that causes a difficult culture transition. And I think the power of this movement is that we can build better to the point where people prefer
That was weird. Yeah, that's exactly the thing, right? We have to find a way to have something to sell ourselves, right? And it needs to be a better something than what they're selling, or at least something more aligned. No. but finding a way to create products that are more in line with what the society is going to want to have, that are
Yes, then I'll bring you
better
up,
products
please.
that work with regeneration in and of themselves and
have a financial structure behind them that is regenerative. And I think, I mean, I posted up there, I put Solarpunk DAO's Earthcoin up there, and I did that for a very specific reason in the garden. And that is, we have to change the entire financial system. That's why refi comes from DeFi, right? We cannot be using the exact same fiat currencies in the same systems. We're going to have to transition everything over into a decentralized system of finance that we can collectively control and utilize. And that's why we have to create products that can be bought and sold inside of this system that are more sustainable, that are regenerative even in their creation, so that we can grow the entire movement forward with the rest of society, because everybody needs these fundamental things. We all need to have some regeneration inside there. We all need to have clean air. We all need to have clean water. We all need to have clean soil. If we're producing products that are producing those things in conjunction with the products we're creating, these are going to be preferred products for society, right? That's how we're going to be able to put it together. But we're also going to have, the only way we're going to really be able to bring that about is by wresting the control, the financial control, little by little from the players that own it right now, which is the major corporations, and it is the fiat currency government. And that structure that is currently in place, that is centralized and has that central control mechanism of it, that they can shut everything down and they can control the narrative of everything. We keep going back to language and narratives, right? We need to be able to do that, but in order to control the narrative, you have to create the funds. In order to control the funds, you have to get more people on board. So you're in a bit of a catch-22. You can grow a little bit one way and a little bit the other way, but we have to grow everything simultaneously in balance. And we're very new at this, and we're very, nascent with all of this. I mean, crypto in general, DeFi in general, those that have been in crypto think, oh, well, that's old news. We've been talking about that for ages. Like, crypto's brand new, guys. It's still brand new. We're not replacing this system tomorrow. It will be able to be replaced much quicker now than it ever has been in history, because we're more coordinated around it. And that's one of the things that blockchain technology helps us with, and technology in general helps us with. That's how we're here all right now, coordinating and putting these things together. But all of it together, creating those products, creating that narrative, and pulling back that control so that we have a way to utilize the financial systems that we're creating, so that we have liquidity in the regenerative financial movement. We have decentralization, so it can't be shut down by any one party. And we have products that work within the framework of the Solarpunk kind of life that we all want to have. That's where we're looking at. That's what we're all trying to grow, and that's what we're doing. It's taken some time, and we have to do it all at the same time. Unfortunately, we can't let anything get too far ahead of itself. So there's my soapbox. I'll get off of it. Go ahead.
Love that. Thanks so much, Jerry, for framing it that beautifully. Mars.
Yes, thank you very much for being a devil's advocate. Very true that we cannot make enemies. And at the same time, look, some companies, they are already the enemies of, indigenous communities, polluting earth, polluting water, polluting air. And I was actually thinking that one way or another, part of this multi-pronged approach is actually accounting for negative externalities, because in the current economic system, fresh air has no value, while polluted air causes sickness, disease, medical bills, is good for the economy. Like literally, old dying people in hospital that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. It is part of the GDP in the United States. Healthcare or sick care is literally 17% of the economy. So yeah, not making enemies. However, some companies are already the enemies. And I was also thinking about another approach how to provide the liquidity, which is, say, planting mangroves, and we estimate that this is worth $10,000. And now we can have a network of forward-thinking businesses that accept this $10,000 worth of value. And maybe we can just make it 20% discount. Like, of course, you still use this traditional money. We are talking about the bridges. But when you use your, impact tokens, you can use it to receive a discount, and this is a way for this eco-friendly refi conscious businesses to put themselves on the map, saying, hey, we appreciate and notice your work, and we are open for business. You can spend your impact tokens by doing business with us.
All good ideas, all work in progress. All of this requires all of us to continue having these conversations, doing all of this work, because there are projects in GG19, there are projects that we all are aware of outside GG19 who are doing bits and pieces of this work. So it's our responsibility to connect these companies, these folks, these individuals, these corporates, these government institutions. We must take it upon ourselves to engineer these, right? And all of us working together, we can definitely move the needle. Can we do it tomorrow? Definitely not. Like Jerry said, it's a long way off, but we are in it. I mean, there's one earth. We all have to coexist on it. So absolutely loving these conversations. I'm going to use this opportunity to do a quick reset. There are a few people on stage. I would love to bring them into the conversation also. So good folks. Good afternoon from Mumbai, India. My name is Pranav Khanna under the handle CheckFit. We are continuously Let's Grow live 24/7. The Gitcoin community. It's the last 5 days of the Gitcoin round. I hope you guys have done your contributions. I hope you guys have looked at projects, maybe found a couple of them which are worth reaching out to and collaborating with. I would encourage you to do that. That's actually the main reason this happens every 3 months, is to help you find new collaborators, new connections, new friends. That's what we are here for. I would encourage everybody to write a comment to this Twitter space. That helps us increase the reach. It's important for us. Please also, when you are now coming in, talk about the work that you're doing, about the topic at hand, but also take a moment to, if possible, give an example of a particular project that you've seen, ideally in GG19 or even outside, who's using this. Because, I think a lot of our conversations remain at a particular theoretical level, but when we actually give examples of folks who are doing this, these are like businesses that exist, it makes it very real. It just adds that extra, yes, this is how we do it kind of thing to it. So let's keep that in mind. This is just a suggestion, completely up to you. I would love to now bring on Vulnerable onto the stage. And then, of course, there's Serena. Feel free to unmute yourself. I'm sending out a bunch of invites again. Gustavo, I see you there. I would love for you to step up and share about the work that you're doing. Lee Duva, for sure. So I'm just doing that. Please do accept the invite. Step up on stage. The idea is to get your voice out there. And folks, I just want to point out a bunch of people in the space. For example, Steve, and I'm giving you an example, Steve. He's great at putting out information, amplifying. All of us are. Jimmy is really good at that. So do come up, step up. The stage is for you to talk about your work. It is our intention to amplify your work. So feel free. Please don't sort of, be afraid to put yourself out there. Step up. Let's have some conversations. Awesome, Gustav. I saw you bring yourself up. So I'm going to invite, first of all, where did that go? Yeah, Gustava, all yours. I would love to have your voice, and then also bring on, oh, the other person dropped off. I'll just check that. Gustav, all yours.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you, man. Thank you. Very, very inspiring what I've been hearing here so far. And I don't know, like Mars' words about enemies, who's the enemy, it's touching me like a lot, because I don't know, I believe that humanity have the enemy within their self. Like I believe that the Moloch, those demons, those shadows that are separating ourselves from nature, from our Mother Earth. It's all within us. There is some kind of a narcissistic spirit around humanity that is separating them from each other, and I really think that's the really cause of all the problems that we are living so far. Like, it's really easy to go and point on, I don't know, on BP that is causing a lot of pollutions in the oceans, or politicians that are kidnapping our countries and so on. But I really think that the growth, if we are talking about growth in this space, the growth should start from within ourselves, from that ability that we have as human beings for connecting with ourselves, or connecting with our peers, with our communities, and start to empathize a little bit more, right? Empathize with with our own humanity, with our own natural being. I don't know, like, I feel that society have been so much distracted by our own intelligence, by our own mental constructs, money, genders, we nation states. Like, we have engineered like a very functional social structures, yes, that have led humanity to a state of progress, to a state in which where we can go out there to space and having artificial intelligence. That's so great. But that intelligence is also separating ourselves from our emotion, from our gut, from our roots that are here in this planet. And I don't know, I feel a little bit conflicted when we talk about growth, to be honest, because I feel that before talking about growth, we really need to think about what metrics are those that we want to grow in. It's GDP, it's dollars, it's Bitcoin, it's CO2 reduction. I would love, like, when we talk about growth, first we go more deep into what are those significant parameters or variables that we actually want to grow in. Let's grow, but let's love. Let's love at as in a primary instance, let's say.
Amazing, Gustav. Love that. I would also request you to just share a little bit about where you're from, what you do. I mean, this is my first time hearing you, so I would love to know that. Maybe others have heard it, but yeah, please for me.
I love when people ask me where I'm from, because I don't know. I don't believe in nations, borders, or frontiers anymore. I like to say that I'm from this planet, but I also understand, like, somehow the reasons behind that question, because it's a question to connect with people, to understand who are we speaking for. So, in terms of cultural background, I think it's important to
For
for
me, it's usually a question of, okay, which time zone are you in, right?
yeah, okay.
That's the one
It's
I want
about
to know.
time zone, and right now I'm in the European time zone. I'm in Spain right now. My background in terms of cultural background is more like from Venezuela. I was born in Venezuela, but I left that country more than 15 years ago. And I've been in the crypto space in social impact for the last 7 years, while the last couple of years I went deep into regeneration, into some communities that are working, regenerative agriculture in Portugal. I spent more than 8 months, like, just putting my hands in the soil and literally on the shit as well many times, because there are also some work that we need to do with animals and so on. And right now I'm kind of coming back to the technological space, trying to put myself in this space in which I can see or create some coherence between this technological wave of innovation and the real regeneration that I have experienced in the last couple of years. And again, regeneration just comes from within ourselves. That's the first thing that I want to advocate for.
Love that. Thank you so much. Jerry, you have your hand raised. Please go for it.
You were just speaking about growing, how you have a little bit of a conflicting thought behind that. And I can understand that because, growth is kind of what got us into this problem in a certain way. But we were growing the wrong things, right? We were growing just capital, and we were growing only the idea of how can I get the richest the fastest. What we're talking about growing now is growing the good things, growing more love, growing regenerative movement in general. So when we say let's grow, we're talking about let's grow this regenerative movement, and to grow trees, grow coral, grow, desized spaces where people are coming in and coming up with amazing solutions that help us with our solar punk societies. That's the growth that we want, and that I have no conflict with that all. But you're right, like it can be, people. You're not the first person, Gustavo, that has come up and said, really grow? Do we really want to grow? Didn't that cause the problems? You're like, yeah, we've got to grow the right things. We planted some bad seeds there. Now we're getting out the weeds, and we're going to regrow this thing in a regenerative way and in a better way. I also want to do as Pranav requested, and that is put out there somebody that is doing something great on the ground. And they are in GG19. This is their first round, and it's called Adopt a Tree. And what they're doing in Kenya is they are teaching a new generation how to reinstitute agroforestry into their lives and having a food forest around for everybody. And the kids adopt 2 trees, one at school and one at home. And when they take a tree home and plant it, and then they're teaching their communities and their family members about how to take care of it, what it does, and how it, helps regenerate their world and what it can be used for, going back to Steve's thing, as a product. They're now creating food forests that have product. They have something that they can sell to earn money for themselves also. So they're out there. It's Adopt a Tree. I will pin that up there in the Jumbotron shortly, in the garden shortly. But I do want to share that with everybody, that these things are on the ground and people are creating works, and they're getting involved with, the cryptocurrencies, with this idea of having a different monetary system to function within and around. I'm hoping that what they'll be able to do is create their community and use a currency amongst themselves. So you have a real world use case in order to base this off of. And the more real world use cases we have, the easier it's going to be for us to share it to a broader society. You're like, we have those certificates, we understand where it is. So that's it. And there is one project that I'm going to find for you, Gustavo, that is working in Spain to help the small farmers there with their debt traps. And they work not only in Spain, but they work in South America as well, all over Latam. And they're a fantastic organization that gives microloans or small size loans to farmers, to the small farmers, to keep them out of the debt trap using cryptocurrencies, which is one of my favorite use cases ever, because I can invest in this system and I get a huge return. I think they give out a 40% yearly return on your investment, which is insane to me because I can't find a traditional bank or a traditional market fund that gives me that kind of return. Certainly not a bond, and certainly not a savings account. So these things are there and they exist, and that is very, very important to growing this refi movement.
What is the name of that project, Jerry?
I'm going to have to look it up. I've got it in all of my notes. I listened to them speak actually in GG18. and I have them in my notes still, and I'm going to pull them up for you and bring it out, and I'll post that up there as well, so you can have it,
It's
or I
not
can share
Ethic
it with
Hub.
you in a DM. Do what,
No.
sir?
Ethic Hub, maybe?
That could be.
Okay, well, if you can remember later, I will be happy to look that into.
Is that your project?
No, Ethic Hub is a project of a friend, but what they are doing is they close the gap between basically coffee farmers in Latin America and investors in Europe.
Yes, it is Ethic Hub.
Yeah, nice. They're given 40% on what? Last time I checked, they were given like 15%, but they were reducing that also because they need to.
Yeah, it now shows 9%.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, Ethic Hub is one of the first refi protocols. So there, I've been close with them since they launched it. Like they launched it back in 2017. I guess I was living in Madrid and I met Hori there personally. And right now there are super advanced, not only because this gap closing between investors and coffee farmers, but also because they are implementing insurance, DeFi protocols behind that in order to compensate the counterparty risk that a person has when investing directly in a farmer, because I mean you're investing in a commodity like coffee that could just go wrong out of a bad year of I don't know, dry, or the coffee goes wrong or whatever. But they also have a compensation system for displacing that risk for another type of investors that are more kind of degenerative and they want to risk a little bit more for a greater investment. So Ethic Hub is one of my favorite projects out there for sure.
Absolutely. And even if they've reduced it now to 9%, that's still better than you get anywhere else. And it's still beating inflation, which is certainly more than it's going to do inside of a bank account, right? Or inside a savings account. And you are growing the regenerative movement as well. So I don't know. To me, it's a no-brainer. I'm happy that I've still got some staked in there. I haven't really looked at it for a long time. But
It's real value, guys. It's fucking real value. And real value is something that you don't see that often here in crypto. And it's not only that they're also like guaranteeing that you will have that 9% out of deeper, let's say, DeFi protocols that are just taking advantage of other investment risk profile users to play and bet on that and do what they do. I mean, I wish to see more projects like that.
Fantastic. I am so pleased, that we actually, Jerry, thank you so much for that. That was beautiful. You coming up with that tentative question about a potential project that you heard in Spain, and then Gustav really remembering that name. Wow, folks, that this is a conversation both of you will remember and all of us will remember, right? That a project was mentioned, the counterparty thought about it, said, is this the one? And then you came up with the model and then said, yeah, that's the one. Awesome. Love it. Thank you so much. Great. We also now have in our midst Crypto Altruism. Crypto, welcome to the space. You are the host for the upcoming hour. I'm bringing you into the conversation. Jerry, I have sent you a co-host invite earlier. Please reject that. Apparently, the space as usual is giving us a little trouble. I would love to make Crypto Altruism the co-host also. But yeah, this has been a fun, amazing hour. I would request everybody to comment on the space to expand the reach. I am continuing to send out a bunch of speaker invites to bring you folks on the stage. Gustav, please remain there. The conversation is coming back to you. We're just bringing Crypto Altruism into the conversation, and I would love for other folks to step out on the stage. We just made a friend today, Gustav. Good to meet you. Crypto Altruism, back to you.
Yeah, GM everyone. It's awesome to be here on this wonderful Saturday morning here, or afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Always love hearing about Ethic Hub. I'm such a big fan of their work. I had the privilege of chatting with a member of their team on the podcast a while ago, and yeah, just blown away. Amazing. And it's something I need to get more involved with myself and look more into. So yeah, it's great to always hear about the great work they're doing. So yeah, I don't want to interrupt the conversation that's already happening. It sounds like there's some good discussion, so we can keep it going. I'd love to hear any other thoughts you have, Gustavo. Pleasure to meet you and have you here. I'm going to send you a follow. But yeah, let's keep the conversation going. I don't want to interrupt. Sounds like some great dialogue going on.
Yeah, well, no, I don't know. For me, it was quite ended that, but since I brought the topic about real value, I would like to launch there like an open challenge for people to share a little bit about projects where they are working on they're close with that they are actually delivering real value, understanding real value as something that we can touch with our hands or we can drink with our mouth or we can just feel in within ourselves. I'm curious to listen more than speaking today about what projects are there regarding real value.
Yeah, that's a great question. So let's chat about that. Yeah, I'd love to hear from anyone that's on stage. We got lots of people on here that I know are very much creating real world impact to their projects. So yeah, feel free to jump in, show your project, show other projects that are creating that real world impact. So yeah, I'd love to hear from any folks that are on stage about any projects that they want to highlight.
Totally. Let's do a round robin. Crypto altruism. What comes to your mind? Let's each of us, just bring up a project, and I can start. I can think of, for example, Atlantis, and this is a project based in India. They've created a citizens app where they are empowering folks to do gigs. Right. This is essentially capture impact data, and then they get rewarded for that. Right. So again, the idea is impact to earn. And although it's pretty nascent, they've done their pilots. They're getting some good initial feedback. So I think that's a great way to involve the particular target area, the population, the individuals in that area, get them onboarded onto Web3 as well as capture impact data. So to me, that's a great example. The other examples, and there's like a bunch of them in the region ecosystem. I'm aware of a bunch of projects in India as well as across the globe, leveraging the region network, which are creating great value. And yeah, the region token is down, the market is down. Hopefully, it picks up. But I know for a fact that there's value being created. There is onboarding. There are projects that are providing livelihoods. So those are, an entire ecosystem, region, one specific project, Atlantis DAO. Yeah, I'll pass it on. Crypto altruism.
Yeah, for sure. So many great ones there. I love that. I'm trying to think of the main ones that come to mind. Big fan of the work that Impact Market is doing is one that definitely, comes to mind. And I think the cool thing about Impact Market too is that I'm going to actually find it on here on their website. They have like a live dashboard of their impact. So you can like see it in real time, and it's, consistently updated in real time with everything on chain. So I'm going to find it here and see if I can post that to the group. Yeah, they call it their like global dashboard, which I think is really cool. So I'm opening that up right now, and it shows all their information on the UBI that they've distributed, like the microcredit that they've distributed, in the millions of dollars. So total of over 3 million CUSD, so Celo stablecoin raised, and over 3 million distributed, 45,000 beneficiaries, over a million, nearly 1.5 million transfers. And it really it shows all these different metrics and everything. So I'm actually there's probably not a way that I can post this without it being a tweet, but it's just impactmarket.com/global-dashboard. So impactmarket.com/global and then the dash and then dashboard. And it's really, really cool. So to me, that's one that really stands out. And I had a chance to chat with their new CEO, Will, recently, and I have a podcast episode coming out with them in a few weeks, actually. and just blown away by the different ways that they're using Web3 tools. So they started with their mission to deliver UBI to folks that were in need. Unconditional basic income, for those that don't know, is essentially is a regular income that's delivered to folks to support their basic needs, to help them get to a point of having like a living wage or being able to meet all their daily needs. Impact market on its own isn't necessarily like achieving that and saying like here's enough money for you to make your daily needs, but the hope is that it can get there, and they're supplementing by providing a small basic income on a regular time frame to folks in need. So it started with the UBI program, but then has really expanded. They have their Learn to Earn, which I think they have an application in right now and get coin grants for, where they reward people for learning about like financial inclusion and DeFi tools and those sorts of things to help onboard people. They have their microcredit program as well. They've launched a really accessible, great wallet with lots of on and off ramps. So they're doing a lot of great work. So yeah, definitely check out Impact Market. They're one that comes to mind right at the top of my head when I'm thinking about those that are having that real world impact that you can actually see. And I think that that's what I like about them too, is that how they're making it so easy to like show their impact in real time. And I think that to me is one of the best benefits of blockchain. And something from working in the nonprofit sector, it's always been a challenge of like reporting and verifying and reporting your impact, and they're doing a great job of that, and I think setting the stage for many others. So that's one that comes to mind right off the top of my head. But I'd love to hear from any of the other folks that are on the stage as well, and anyone else that wants to, you can just send a request and we'll bring you on up.
Hey guys, Cryptalitarianism. Hello, it's Paul behind Ecosynthesis 6. And let me take the estafette, and I will shield Evergreen Coin. And I will shield it as, let's say, on-ground ambassador for them. I mean, not official, of course, but I onboarded a couple of people to use. First of all, to do sortation for recyclables, right? To collect them, then to bring it to sortation center here on Pangan, and to make a proof of impact, proof of environment, in this case with Evergreen Coin, and upload that proof of environment, and start with the wallet, do all the steps. And they're on a climate round, so you can go and check there. They also distribute part of Gitcoin Grant 19 funds to the pool. So they basically every month there is pool. I don't know like how much is it, but one time, I mean, in October it was 3,000 something Evergreen coins inside. So according to the forum, community forum vote, that pool distributed to this who did good things and proof of environment. So they're pretty nice. Support them, and yeah, I like the implementation, and I like this idea, because we talked before about FI approaches, and I actually don't like the punishment side. I know that I totally understand that mood and approach, but I like to build on this incentivize part of FI and the changes. So yeah, that basically a small shield from me about Evergreen Coin. Support the guys. Yeah, back to you if you want to jump and shield the project. Welcome.
Can I make a brief shilling here about the traditional Dream Factory
Yeah, for sure.
Gitcoin campaign for you guys that don't know traditional Dream Factory, aka just TDF, is a community farm project in Portugal that was launched already. I mean, the land was bought like 3 years ago. It's a 5 hectares land where they are lending other 25 hectares there. So in total, we're talking about 30 hectares where there is actually a community living there. They are focusing a lot of regeneration actions. They have planted, I'm also part of this farm. We have planted more than 2,000 trees. Many of them are already traced in the Open Forest Protocol. So we are also looking to generate some credits there to see if we can we can, yeah, take advantage of that in the near or longest future. I don't know. And I really recommend for you guys that are willing to understand more deeply what regeneration is to go to this place, because this is a in real life community. If you guys are close to Europe, it's a really nice place where to go to get in contact with that. There is also a token that we have launched this year. This is not an investment advice. Please do your own research. If you're thinking about buying this token, it's on Celo Network. But it's a token that is giving real utility for people, which means that one token can be used to stay at this place one night per year per the rest of your life. It's kind of a time sharing model that we've been replicating there. And if you're just sympathizing with the project and like the idea that we are doing, just go to the JITCON round, traditional Dream Factory, and yeah, a couple of dice will be amazing to receive there.
Let's grow,
Yeah,
Gustavo. What's up, brother?
Jimmy.
I met
So
Gustavo
happy to
over
see you
at
here.
Refi Week. Great human being. Great to see you here, bro.
Great to see you here. I haven't seen you. I didn't notice you were here.
I live here actually. I just took a quick break to take a call. By the way, big announcement. Not only is the walkie stating that he's going to come here on Let's Grow Live, but also I just had a great call with Sajal of Green Pill Network, and it is now confirmed we have a new channel partner. Woo! We're going to be broadcasting across the Green Pill Network as well. They're going to be joining us as the 17th channel that we are broadcasting simultaneously across the interwebs. Let's freaking grow!
I love your thumb gadget.
Amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt the hands. Go ahead, honey.
Yam. Good morning from Colombia, people. How are you today? I hope
Yam.
everybody is very good because I'm so happy to hear you all. Uh, Listen, for me, it's like open my eyes and discover so many people working around this. I'm pretty new in those groups. First of all, because I'm working in the Spanish community. My English it's a little bit tricky. If you don't understand what I say, if you misunderstand what I say, please ask me in private if I did well. Because what I want to communicate it's a very it's very good for me to find you all together. First of all, because I see so many people working in a good way to recover the nature, and we was really worried, thinking that it's nobody doing this, it's everybody thinking in the wrong way, it's too much people working against the nature. Our project, which is not, I'm not chilling today because it's not public already. We have so many years working in nature. We build structures in parks and in reserve for an alternative to ecotourism. Because if you see the ecosystem, you know there is so many people working on recover the nature, but to teach people, regular people who it's working in another work, if it's working in another way, in another ecosystem, if they don't see nature, if they don't understand what is going on with birds, with plants, with the animals, with the ecosystem in general, we are still working against the reality. And tourism, it's the most aggressive actions against nature, and more because destructivism, it's bringing people. to cement, and they ruin the nature to build big buildings, to show beautiful landscapes, and to give wonderful experience, to create wonderful experience in places where the wonderful experiences exist by themselves. Okay, and our focus is to work together with people, uh, remaking the remaking is not the word, I'm sorry, refine, somebody can tell me, okay, to being together in this way, to make profitable, but with less impact, trying to bring the people in security environment, and something that is less impactive to the nature, but not just because needs to be profitable. It's to grow or to make something that go with the flow, which is tourism is natural. And what we think about tourism, social tourism and ecotourism, it's about to connect with people, people doing the right things, people growing, learning, working on nature, showing why it's important to take care of nature, why it's important to see the nature with another eyes. And I really believe if everybody put just a little bit of hurt in this committed, in this commitment, I think we saved the world in 2 days. I really believe this, and I'm so happy to find you all meeting in this way, working on this way with this hard work every day, 24/7. I'm really impressed with this. I don't know how you dealt with this, but I'm so happy you are here. Thank you very much for give me space, and I hope to hear more about you guys.
Thank you, honey. Love that. Thank you so much for that. We have a bunch of new speakers. Crypto altruism. We have Kawan Gong. We have Carol.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to jump on in, whoever wants to go next. I had to join on my desktop because my phone's not working again, so I can't see the hands up if there's any. So I apologize, although I can keep an eye on the live stream to see if I see any. But yeah, feel free to jump on in. Anyone who would like to speak next about real world impact, who wants to show their projects, just feel free to jump on in.
Love that. Rod, Lunko, would you like to come in? Or Carol, I see you unmuted yourself. Go for
Yeah.
it.
Hello, everyone. Well, my name is Carol from Kenya. I'm part of Trigens. People have been sharing their projects, but I haven't had anyone sharing Trigens, so I want to do that. So Trigens is basically regenerating nature by planting trees. So far, they've planted like 2 million trees in conjunction with For Trees Club. So 2x of what you guys donate to us will directly fund mangroves and help us in building the most transparent and rewarding tree planting. When it comes to transparency and rewarding, we are introducing mGrow token with POP, that is proof of plant, where the tree planter will take a video and it will be verified by the AI tree counter, and then the DAO will validate it, and then you'll get your mCrow tokens. We are also introducing NFTs, which display your impact metric. The NFT will have orbs, which will get brighter according to the level you are in. In short, we are just gamifying tree planting. So I'll get a post and pin it on top. And if you haven't donated to Trojans, you can do that. Thank you, and let's grow.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I was actually, I didn't know as much about mangroves myself, and I started doing some research because I was learning about the Tree Gems project and just seeing, the amazing value they provide is really just like being able to suck up so much carbon compared to other trees. Yeah, so I love the work that's being done with Tree Gens. Can't wait to see it come to life. So thank you for sharing. And Rod from Lunco, I believe you were going to speak as well. Do you want to jump on up next?
Yeah, sure. Just quick introduction. It's Rod from Lunca, behind Lunca PFP. You can find Lunca on Token Engineering Commons round, and I would really appreciate your support on that round. Lunca is a metaverse for space engineers, metaverse for systems engineering. It's quite hard to explain what it is, so it's still in early stages, but you can go to GitHub and download the existing binary build, which is one of the biggest advancement with Lunca in the last. Well, it's decent and it's there, and you can download it. You can explore together with your friends through internet. Um, there'll be more functions like thanks to Token Engineering community for accepting to the round. Soon there'll be subsystems that would allow you to model different tokenomics and tied to real world applications, like for example issuing tokens so for solar energy that your solar cell released to grid, and built on top of that more complex scenarios, so like assess well tons of different applications, like for example assess how much energy you can get if you travel by truck following the certain road during at a certain area during a specific period of year, and assess um, carbon emissions, and on top of that to model a couple of different economic systems, like what will happen if you reduce your carbon footprint. Tons of things like that is going right now. The core is released. It's here. So the next step is to add more contact, to add more models, make it more engaging, and that's why I would encourage everyone to. Oh yeah, of course. In the pinned tweet, you can see. I've just pinned it. You can see a short video of Lunca. It allows you to be engaged with all the models that you built in a way how you engage with the game, and have a natural feeling of traversing bases, buildings, and all the models in the engineering metaverse. Sorry. So actually, I've pinned it. I don't know why it's not there.
It's
But
here. It's
yeah,
here.
that's all I wanted to say for now, and I'll get back later. I need to deal with a few things, but yeah, I'm here. I'm happy to jump on a great conversation in 5-10 minutes, something like that.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for being here, Rod, and for sharing. Pleasure to have you. Love the work that you're doing. Believe I already sent a donation over to Lunco in my last batch. So keep up the great work. Anyone else want to share any updates, any shows, any other projects, show it forward of projects that have had a real world impact? Another one that comes to mind for me is Solar Foundation, is a great one. And I'm a huge fan of like their current project that they're doing with Good Dollar, because it's just very like tangible, measurable, It has like a very specific outcome of like providing, UBI, solar energy, feature smartphones to 50 women. And in I believe it was in Uganda, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And so that's just fascinating. And they've already accomplished a lot partnering with local organizations like Iowaki Uganda to deliver solar, to provide other supports to folks on the ground. So they're just I think that their focus too on like partnering with organizations locally is important, and really can help expand the impact and extend it, I think, because those organizations know the communities, they know the local customs, those sorts of things. So big fan of the work as well. So that was another one that came to mind as we were talking about that. Projects that are having that demonstrated, verifiable, real world impact that's really measurable. So that's another one that came to mind. But I'd love to hear from anyone else that's on stage. And if you'd like to join us, feel free to send in a request as well. Anyone want to go next?
I can join maybe to shield Ecosynthesis 6 a little bit, if you don't mind.
Yeah, please, of course.
So let me shield Ecosynthesis 6 a little bit. It's Paul behind it. And we're in a climate round. It's first climate round for us. And it's pretty interesting round, by the way. And for me, it's second one. So I wish every project just to get as more voters and donators, supporters as you can, and also to collaborate and find friends and network during the Gitcoin. And then back to Ecosynthesis 6. So basically, we're working on 3 products. And first product is Impact NFT collection. And we almost prepared the first one. It will require us to spend a little bit money and work a little bit more to polish that. But it's almost ready. And this with collaboration of local community, Clean Pangan. They do every week clean up on the different beaches and different areas in the jungles as well, and they already work maybe 4 years already, and they collected about 20 tons of plastic, and basically they bring it to sortation center every week once, and we choose them for our first collaboration to onboard into Web3 and bring Web3 and blockchain technology to their activities. So that's highly related to impact that they producing and making. And they already, as I mentioned, work like more than 3 years, and the impact is huge. So we use this impact for to acknowledge this and pack the impact with NFT and then redistribute it or sell it, if we say marketing words. And this tool is for them to use next if they want. To get more funds, to start to talk with crypto donors on the Twitter, to participate at Gitcoin round, and this time I also send them an invite to let's do. I will onboard you, but that's pretty hard actually. They're not ready right now, but I hope that maybe when Green Pill Pangan started Pangan Kiev round, then it will be different talk with them, and they will maybe they will ready for that. But of course, that require onboarding for that. So Unpacked NFT collection, that's kind of Web3 blockchain tool for them, not for them, but in general for all impact creators and public good makers, right, to use it as extra additional tool for them and just to scale their impact. That's awesome. We're glad to do this with collaboration with Free Pangan as well. So basically, the second one is the air quality AI assistant, and that aim to bring awareness and raise awareness and raise education on the topic of air quality and air pollution. And we have this mission, and we have some issue here on Pangan and in Thailand and in Asia particularly. So later we will bring the public test, open public test as a web app, and community, you will able to test it at your region and try to get maybe first step will be only for Kopangan and the next for different regions. And the third, our product is macroeconomic app. and that's the biggest part actually, but it's kind of not developed one. And we in the step of start to do MVP. Yeah, that's require resources and devs experience and maybe work on team anyway. So that's usual stuff, and we hope to obtain resources and get financing for our work and empower that impact that we do. But back to this application, it will be kind of let's say a final point for bridging current state of Ireland into Web3. Yes, maybe if you understand what I'm talking about. But for example, it's we now have these flyers of when you participate in the cleanups. As I mentioned before, you can get a deposit of 100 baht, like $5 in the restaurant, a friendly restaurant who support it like that, provide these rewards. Or you can get a free latte or cappuccino cup from another friendly cafe place. So we aim to bring this as NFT, as like regular use NFT, nothing special, no speculation, nothing like crazy daisy art. No, just simple utility NFT, but they can use them and claim them. They can come and use them at a store to claim the reward, and it also will be on chain with their rank. And yeah, that's pretty nice because all these NGOs and community that I mentioned before who do an impact already on Pangan, they also will be able to use this application to utilize it, to apply for quadratic funding, to vote, to propose, to engage with with users. So we see a lot of potential here, and I see a lot of potential because it's always the question why people will use it, why NGOs and community are gonna use this, and we trying hard. At least I designed in my mind and like bring some on the paper how to make it easy to use. That we don't need to onboard hard businesses who is collaborate with us. We just need, okay, guys, you just bring this QR and you participate in this project. Owner say yes, okay, then if someone user come, they do this scan, claim that maybe you will have some notification, maybe not. So just zero engage from sites, not require knowledges, not require skills, not require time, because we understand that it's extra for everyone. But we see this as important element for future of regenerative, first for regenerative future of Pangan Island for our pilot projects here, and then for like global scale and implementation of our initiative. That's important. We see this really important. So that basically all from my side. We're gonna update when we have open public test on air quality AI assistant. That won't be with all functions right now. It all requires time and work. And we'll also bring something for test. Maybe it will be more closed test for microeconomic app. So that basically all from me. I will pin in Jumbotron our link to Climate Round. Please support, donate from us, donate, bring your attention and like just soul and energy support. Also appreciate. Thank you, everyone. Back to you, CryptoAltruism.
Amazing. Love it. Thank you so much for sharing, Paul. It's always a pleasure to have you here. A little housekeeping for those that are in here. Definitely make sure to retweet this, comment, get it out there so we can get more people in on this fascinating conversation. And I hope you don't mind if I ask you a question there, Paul. I'm fascinated. I actually know very little about Pangan. I just was doing some research right now. I've been to Thailand, but mostly to Central and North Thailand. So I haven't visited Pangan. I definitely need to, but I'm just it's very interesting. I'm looking at it. It looks like it has a permanent population of like around 10,000, but gets like 450,000 tourists a year, something according to this trusty Wikipedia article. And it mentions a lot of the issues with solid waste and the massive amount of pollution and stuff that's created by tourism and everything, and how there's lots of collaboration between governments and NGOs to clean that up, and then the work you're doing as well. So it seems like a really really important work they're doing, and it's also really cool how like in a smaller island of a permanent population of 10,000, but with a lot of tourists, an interesting place to kind of test out these solutions, right? Which you can then scale to to other areas like you had mentioned. So starting in Pangan and then expanding outwards. I think it could be a really cool opportunity to like create like a really interesting case study out of the island of Pangan as like a test place for a lot of really cool Web3 solutions. But really neat. That's an interesting context to be building in. Do you want to share anything else about the island? Yeah.
Because you just bring that pretty nice light on the topic. First of all, I'm talking like pretty kind of, self-confident on that, but we try and we don't know actually if it works or not, will it bring impact or not. I mean, we like what scale of impact, but the reason is not about that. We're not like pursue our action is like successful corporation, with some, the different. For us, that's important. For me personally, success is, okay, we try. We have some data, we implement something new. If we have something that works, at least half, then we can scale it with that function that works half. And then that's kind of process. And all of that, like time or like where it will be this version and another, the answer is, okay, it's like depend how many people, how many money, how we can do these tests to see success or not, how we can work. All of that, it's just like process. And we keep going with that anyway. And that's nice. So that's the point, and that you're totally right. I see, after 3 years, I just kind of 2 years, I realized that it's kind of a conveyor belt for tourists here, bro. And it's real like that because here I think it was small population of some maybe fishermen, and they also do some mine things in 60s and 70s, and then coconut, and then most of the people here, they're from different provinces, and they came to do business, to work on island development. That's like first, let's say, permanent residents of Ireland, and of course a lot of foreigners, Hebrew, Russians, English speakers from America, from Europe, different kind of. And this, we were talking about the permanent resident here, right? And then we have different, let's say, streams from Europe, like teenagers for full moons to drink, to party, from another place, from India sometimes, from China sometimes, from Bangkok sometimes. So yes, now maybe you get what's happening here from why you see these numbers, right? They like bigger than the amount of residents here. That's like that. And the third consequence from that, as you say and mentioned, that that's provide like this kind of environmental and economical and this social not tension but issue with the problem, how to do the same money, how to keep the same economical approach if we not manage waste properly, if we just burn it here, or if we have already not enough water shortage, or if we have like electricity shutdowns because we have electricity from there is cable from Samui. And the Samui Island, the bigger one, they got this cable from mainland. So that's like that. That's how we get electricity here. And my point that's huge. Here we have this problem. They just intense, and because there is dense economical activity, and also this kind of not proper organized systems of environmental management, and we have this kind of, I want to say, the bifurcation point, but not kind of bifurcation, because for me, I see eventually for sure it will be, so many changes will be here, but it just depends on time, because reality of the life, that shows that one rule that life just force people to adopt some changes, like earlier or later. And the Pangan from that place is pretty nice. And maybe that point that we have here foreigners, and like me as well, right? I'm not native person here, but I initiate this kind of from my side because I'm an environmental scientist as well. I'm blockchain enthusiast, and I initiate this here. That's my, I don't know, maybe this kind of provision, from someone or from something. I'm just like, just a spiritual thing behind that. But that eventually like that. But I think for sure, for example, some points on the globe, maybe Refi Tulum, for example, they also pretty close to us. I mean, also Tourist Point, Hot Tourist Point, developed in this manner. And of course, I believe, I'm not sure, I haven't been there, but it had chance for a proper like environmental and management and waste management and business management there. So glad to see different initiatives and different projects around the globe that try to work on the ground, try to work to use local specific, try to solve local problems, right? Because that's not easy. When I started, I'm too smart, of course. Like, okay, I'm smart as on the Pangan with my environmental knowledge, blah blah blah. And I start to propose to, okay, let's do taxation. Let's get sponsors like from global brands because it's Pangan. Everyone wants to do. Let's fix this problem with garbage burning because it's easy. Let's order proper from China, new one. Yes, that's easy. Okay, everyone is smart on that. But then you see, okay, this political situation. It's like economical situation, who is beneficiary of that, how the beneficiary, which situation not changed before. And then you start to realize that, yes, of course, direct impact and direct change, like here and now, impossible. Or possible, but it will be kind of brute force nuke, as I say, or one activist here, let's say it's nuke weapon, right? Let's call TV, let's invite global community, let's hit the bell, really heavy hit the bell. But it's not the way to change the world and to change situation and to change people approach, and especially those people who are in charge and those people who is doing business. And we see the way different, and our initiatives is kind of our solution and our answer for this open question that we have as community and the globe right now. That's all my shield. Sorry, maybe too long. I can keep going with that, but I don't want to be as a sleep pill for you. Jump if you want to shield or say something, or back to you, Cryptouters.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you sharing. It's really interesting. It's great learning about the work you're doing. I think it's it's really cool seeing a lot of these refi local nodes that are in areas that have a large tourist presence. Because I think there's a lot of opportunity there, right? To onboard people to learn to kind of test out different solutions. So I think it's really cool that you're building these really unique solutions on Pangan. It's a really cool opportunity to have a local impact, but then also create this really cool framework that other areas that can use that have similar challenges, similar opportunities. So big fan of the work you're doing. Definitely one of my favorite local nodes donated a couple times to you, and we'll definitely be doing it again. So appreciate the work you're doing. Anyone else want to jump in on this topic? It's really cool. Any questions for Paul? Anyone else want to show a project? Talk about any other projects that they want to show forward that are having a real world impact? Feel free to do so.
I see Rod's hand.
Perfect. Rod, take it away.
Yeah, just shout out to Paul. I'm also Pangan right now. I'm going to 7-Eleven, and it's kind of so fun to hear on Twitter about everything that happens here around. It's kind of being in a live TV show. In a sense, I know I can confirm that everything that just Paul is talking about is happening here. It was definitely like, it's a TV show where you just experience the plot, which is kind of crazy. However, the real world impact, it's a complicated thing, and I'm really struggling to explain to people what I'm working on. However, it feels like starting from this round, a lot of projects started to understand. So basically, if somehow your project is related to engineering, I'm talking about all sorts of engineering, but if you have engineering background, if you want to make a 3D model, if you want to design a token engineering model, if you want to design or model a solar power plant, it would be cool if you could reach me and Lunka, because Lunka, I'm promoting it as a virtual world to design real space missions, or as or a tool for systems engineering. So I'm yet struggling to find the best one-liner. But at its core, Lunka is a tool to make life for most engineers easier and utilize all the power that Web3 provides us, like decentralized identities, IP NFTs, decentralized knowledge sharing, and all of that. I mean, when you design everything, you have models. It could be CAD model, it could be different type of model. Now you have most often to use centralized server, which is quite kind of okay. It achieves the goal, but it's not convenient in a sense that if you have the pre-wallet, you should know why why Web3, why MetaMask is much more convenient uh, using post authorization than using different login and passwords on different websites. So the goal of Lunka is to help. Sorry for the music and for the sounds around. The goal is to, hey dog, don't bite me, don't bite me. Okay, it's okay. Sorry, the dog is here. Kind of cute. Yeah. So uh, yeah. Okay, it's not here anymore. So the goal is to provide kind of a framework for engineers to build on top. Uh, Sorry for such a complicated explanation, but the main thing is that Lunka is there. Um, you can download it. I think I should make a really great pin with the link to Lunka. However, it's on GitHub, so we can just go to Lunka GitHub and download it there. And in the meanwhile, I've pinned a post to Jumbotron, and I would really appreciate your support on Token Engineering round this time. That's the most interesting round for Lunka. So every vote, every die matters, as you know. So yeah, that's all I wanted to add right now. Happy to continue conversation. Yeah, and Paul, if you hear me and if you have some time, I'm at the bankomat, but I'm happy to wait and walk around. I think it's funny. Okay, yeah, back to you, Crypto Freeze.
Yeah, thanks so much for sharing, Ron. That's awesome. I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing. It's super fascinating work. Super fascinating work. This decentralized space movement. And so I know that you're on a couple different rounds. You're on the token engineering. I think you're also on the D space round. Do you want to like share for anyone that maybe isn't as familiar? Because I know that decentralized space is really kind of a new and emerging space. So do you want to like tell me a little bit about the decentralized space movement? Because I know that there's also the DSpace QF round, community round going on right now. There's about a dozen or so projects, I think, in that or more. Do you want to share about the space? Any other cool projects that are building in the decentralized space area?
Yeah, of course, but one of the things that guys have concern when I'm shielding behind different PFPs, different projects. But yeah, definitely thanks for asking. That's an amazing question. Actually, this round is crazy in the sense that there is also a dedicated round for space exploration, for decentralized space exploration projects. We have 18 projects on the round right now, 18 strong and cool projects, like Lunka. But no, I'm not joking, of course, about Lunka, but I'm also not joking about other projects and that they are really strong. It was really hard to get them on board, so it will take me a while to find the twin. But I would encourage everyone to take a look and yeah, vote for the projects. And the thing is that if you believe in decentralization, if you believe that things must be done in a decentralized manner, now you can you can, express that belief in a real action and support those projects, because everything is equally important, and we need to decentralize a lot of different things, including actually space exploration. And a lot of people, founders of the projects, and they've started working on that, on space decentralization years ago, and they will continue working on the decentralization. So your vote for the projects right now is kind of saying thanks and showing some love and inspiring people to continue what they were working on. Just also, guys, yeah, I've been the link to a Jumbotron. And also, guys, please, I don't know how to explain to some guys on DSpace that when I show DSpace and when I show Lunk behind DSpace, I also show other projects, as well as I'm doing right now. So just go and support projects on DSpace. Yeah, back to you, Crypto Altruism.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. You are behind many accounts and working in many different projects, which is amazing. I don't know how you do it. How a lot of folks in here, they're like working with so many different projects. Paul, you're another example. It's like, how do you have the time to do all this stuff? It's really, really impressive. So yeah, I love the work that you're doing. DSpace is interesting, right? Because obviously, space exploration, it's happening, it's real. We want to make sure that it's something that's really decentralized and in the hands of the people, not just to select maybe a couple corporations or something like that that can really take advantage of it. So yeah, I love the work that you're doing. To everyone here, I recommend checking out the DSpace QF round on Arbitrum. It's the first round that they're doing, so it's a great kind of test pilot for them to figure it all out for future rounds, and hopefully they'll continue to grow. So definitely, yeah, check that out. I need to go on and make a few grow nations to DSpace products myself. So yeah. All right. Anyone else want to jump on up? Share any thoughts?
I see Paul's hand up here. Paul, go for it.
Yeah, let me jump. I just want to share. Yeah, my kind of way. Where we have different Refi Pangan, Green Pill Pangan ecosynthesis. What helps to lead it and what helps to do? First of all, understanding, right? Clear understanding what's from what initiative, what report we do from what, and where we put energy for what. That sounds like that, but it's really like that. So basically, other is just like to have people who is also interested in like to do it. I mean, not for money, just like because they want to do this or that because they have this or that skill. And the third, that's important in our case, we work full time actually, and since August I work full time, and it's my main income and main money also for our work, and that's sometimes fire my ass to work more, to deliver better. And of course, I want to mention that Gitcoin grants round that pretty boosts all three our initiatives. And yeah, and let me show, I just want to show the green pill round actually. It's also happened the green pill network round right now. And the Green Pill Pangan is there, and other Green Pill chapters globally. So basically, I invite you and calling you to go there and check. Maybe you have something local for you, right? Specific, and you can support them. Because remember that public goods, first of all, it's like it's local support, local funding, right? Because you on the ground, you understand what's going on, and you support because it's value for you, and all of that. That's how it works, right? First of all, those what you understand and who is on ground, and of course, just check like for just to know what's going on in the Green Pill network, because Green Pilling, the chapters also different. We doing under Green Pill Pangan. I'm right now in round operator, and I also had experience with the Space QF round, and we're preparing Pangan QF round. That first will be on ground with on ground traditional NGOs. I hope to onboard them. It will be huge actually. We'll see what's experience will it be, and yeah, that's what we're doing under Green Pill. Pangan, and that's excited. So welcome to check and support Green Pill chapters on Green Pill round, on the Green Pill network round on Optimism as well. Back to you, Crypto Altruism.
Yeah, sorry, I just realized I had my mic on there as I was typing, so I hope I didn't create too much background noise. My apologies. That's awesome. I definitely need to check out the Green Pill round as well. Do you mind sharing a little bit more about the Green Pill network? I mean, it's something that I'm a little familiar with, but maybe for those listening that aren't as familiar, like how many different local, I don't know if they're called local nodes or what they're called there,
round as
are
well.
involved,
Do you
what
mind
the
sharing a
overall
little bit
mission
more about
is,
the Green Pill network? I mean, it's something that I'm
any of
a
the
little
kind of global
familiar with, but
initiatives
maybe
that are
for those
happening. I'd love
listening
to
that
learn more.
aren't as familiar, like how many different local, I don't know if they're called local nodes
Just a
or what
second,
they're
I'm
called
looking
there, are
for,
involved,
I want to
what the
pin
overall mission
Jumbotron.
is,
And
any of the kind of global initiatives that
yeah,
are happening. I'd love
actually,
to learn more.
I can say more from my side, from our side
Just
here
a
on
second, I'm looking
Pangan,
for, I want to
because
pin
our specific is,
Jumbotron.
and what we're doing
And
is what I understand, right?
yeah,
And we
actually,
implement, let's say, Green
I
Pill vision. And for me, Green Pill vision is about infrastructure, right? To improve coordination and to empower public good creators. And that's why quadratic funding, actually, right? Because that's the modern and democratic way how to not only distribute capital, but let's say make regular, quarterly. Let's not planned. It's not like, but you can. That it's quarterly something, some like Pangan QF, right? That you need to contribute some energy, update, maybe communicate with your supporters and contributors and all like that. So that's important from this coordination part and infrastructure part, and that's how we see Green Pill Pangan here, and how we see answer on this question from Green Pill Pangan in this time. Yeah, I hope I bring some details from my side, Crypto Altruism.
Cool. Well, thank you for sharing. You're involved with a lot. You got a
So-
refi Pangan, Green Pill Pangan, Ecosynthesis. Wow, a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, I can explain all of them, and I mean, as you get already, they have different implementation. But just basically, those who works on ground, it's Refi Pangan and Green Pill Pangan. And Ecosynthesis 6 is more like design and solutions, and then bring them globally. It's just like too easy. They digest all of this kind of thing. Yeah, and back to Green Pill Network, I want to bring that it's round operator managers training going on in Green Pill. So that's also what Green Pill Network doing as well. Some preparation for infrastructure, right? For those who will operate or who will initiate different quadratic fundings in different regions and for different communities and for different purposes. Yeah, that's all for me right now. Back to you, Crypto Altruism, on other who wants to bring or maybe ask or me some questions on what we're doing and clarify some. Ready to keep going with this.
Yeah, and I think thank you so much for sharing. Appreciate all the work you're doing. Appreciate you being here. So much great discussion, and I can't believe that we're already at the top of the hour. That's crazy. And I see that Anna has joined in the live stream. Good morning, Anna, or afternoon. I can't remember exactly where you are right now. We also have Ayawaki Uganda in the audience, who is also co-hosting alongside CocoDAO. So for that, for whoever's in has the ability, if you want to be able to maybe make either CocoDAO or Ayawako, definitely bring them both up as speakers. And if you're able to, I know there's some bugs going on right now. You can make one of them a co-host as well. But yeah, let's make sure to bring up CocoDAO in Ayawaki Uganda so we can have them join the conversation and take it from here. I don't know if they have anything planned. I don't want to take over the conversation, but in the meantime, as we're transitioning, make sure to also retweet, quote tweet, throw Let's Grow in the comments so we can get this space out there. It's awesome seeing so many people here on a Saturday, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening. For me, it's 8 a.m. right now. I got a nice coffee here. Best way to start the Saturday off, coffee and chats with the Let's Grow fam. So appreciate everyone being here, and let's get CocoDAO and Ayawaki Uganda up here. Good morning, Anna. Oh, sorry, and Ioka as well. Jonathan is behind Ioka, correct? Is that right?
Yeah, thank you so
Perfect.
much, brother, for co-hosting. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Jonathan Orenyi, and I'm going to co-host this session, me and Anne of CocoDAO. To run so fast, the round is so good and so cool. We still need your cooperation, your contribution, because in case you start to walk alone, you can't move that far. But if you're together, you walk so fast and you move further. So we kindly request your support your friends in the panel here. Maybe if today friends can support all the projects in the panel, then like that, we can all have a huge impact and bigger contributions in the round. I can say, Anne, can you say hello to everyone?
Of course, hello everyone. Thank you, Jonathan, for the nice words and the introduction. How is everyone doing? So yeah, thank you, Drew, for being here. I joined late, but you just did like a shilling session, or you guys talked about projects. Am I right?
Yeah, we were chatting about some shilling. We were doing some shilling at 4. We're talking about real world impact. We're talking about decentralized space. It was really quite a little variety show, popcorn style of a lot of different things, which was great. Those are always my favorite sessions where we're just kind of just chatting about whatever we're chatting about.
Nice. Thank you. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure I don't do the same thing. And so we have two options for today. The first one is either we play some fun music for Saturday, or we can design altogether the pop for the live stream. And yeah, so we have been using a bunch of AI tools in the morning. So yeah, what would you guys think if we try some prompting and see what we get for the pop? I am gonna connect through the live stream, so if anyone wants to chip in ideas and see how it's going, see which tools we have been using, yeah, feel free to jump in stage. And give me 1 second. So everyone, if you are not ready looking at the video stream, I'm just gonna pin it here on top. Give me a second.
While you do that, I wanted to say hi to Nranja, who's come up to speak on stage. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, good day. You're one of the first persons that have gotten the name correctly, like pronunciation of the name correctly, without having been told how it's pronounced, and I'm very happy about it. I'm Wanja, the co-founder of Afrocab. Aside from that, currently credit space in Nigeria for sustainable development across different sectors, technically. So Afrocab helps companies meet ESG goals while helping green projects to thrive in Africa, which is what we're building. And one of the reasons why I joined this call, thank you, Maybe Human, for sharing the space. I just came to Twitter to drop a tweet from lessons from a movie I just saw, right? And I was off to join a meeting. I'm already 7 minutes late for that meeting, but I had to just wait. I respect maybe Human a lot. He's been a very good friend. And so I just had to wait. So the major reason why I joined this space is basically to, should I say, appreciate the work going on in the Web3 space, especially Gitcoin as a platform. Through the GG18 round, we have successfully incorporated AfroCab as an LLC in Nigeria. So some of the hurdles we were having in terms of discussing with builders of projects, we've already started scaling those hurdles. One of the reasons why I missed applying for GG19 with my team, of which everybody is still pissed at me for missing that for the climate round, was because we're focused on connecting with projects on ground in Nigeria. We've been able to connect with a fellow engineer like myself, maybe like a mechanical engineer who has a solar company in Nigeria. He's building, so we're looking at building solar hubs to help local communities, because at the end of the day, sustainable development will not, I don't know, anybody can quote me on this, will not happen in Africa if we can't find a way to make it affordable. And the most expensive part of solar is the battery. So we've come up with a way that we can actually make that reach local communities and give access to electricity, which in turn gives them access to the internet and the rest for this technology and development Web3 to get to them, right? Aside from that, we've also started conversations with a health tech company also on the blockchain to see how we can get more people access to health without having to go to the hospitals, which still impacts local communities in Nigeria. We're beginning in Nigeria, but we're going to spread across Africa. So I will leave you here. I've said too much, taken too much time, and I appreciate the call up to speak, and I will be running off in a very short time. Let me not keep those waiting for me at the meeting, waiting any longer. It's already nine minutes past the time I was supposed to join. Thank you, everyone. You guys are doing great. I'll keep checking out the Gitcoin grant page. If there's any way I can support your project, you can check out my profile. If there's any way I can support your project, please reach out to me. I could be helpful in marketing, strategy, data, maybe analytics for what you're doing, give you insights as to maybe where you should invest more, put more effort, where you're getting the best results, who knows. It's just about growing together. So if you feel like you need to reach out. If you want to collaborate with AfroCab as a project in Nigeria or in Africa, please, we're open to having that conversation. I think that's why we're here. Thank you very much. Nice to speak with all of you, and nice to listen to you so far.
Thank you so much, bro. Before we go to Anne, if at all you've stayed in the speaking panel for long, please just you unmute your mic and you speak, because you may stay here longer and you say, oh, these guys have not given me that opportunity to speak.
Awesome.
Carbon market.
Hope everybody's doing well today. Thanks for being here on a Saturday, supporting all these great projects. I heard everybody talking earlier about projects making an impact on the ground. Thank you for acknowledging everybody. There's so much awesome stuff going on out there. I just appreciate being here, listening to your stuff. I probably won't be a whole lot of input on the Poe app. I'm just kind of working with some wood and listening to you guys.
Thank you, James. I'm sorry if it's not James. I think it's, but I'm not sure. Thank you, Carbon Counting Club. And yeah, so what do you guys think? Like if you go to my screen right now, so I think we could try two things. The first one, it's called Animate Gen. And basically I thought that maybe we could like upload the logo, the Let's Grow DAO logo, and see what we get there. See we like the animation, and we can test. And then the second tool is through a prompt generator. So here we can decide like if we want a reference for any artist, a style. So yeah, let's first start with animating the image that we have right now to see if that's a POAP that we would like. So hey Wasabi, how are you doing, friend? We are in the process of designing a POAP for the spaces. And yeah, we're doing it using a few AI tools. So if you want to join the process, go to the live stream. You can go to letsgrow.live. You will find every day the live stream there. And yeah, let's start. So I'm just going to drop the logo. And yeah, for you guys that are only listening, I highly recommend you go to the live stream and see if you guys like this logo. So let me upload it. Maybe should I play some music at the same time while we do this?
Music is always good. Yes. Just remember to unmute yourself on the video if you're not bringing in the audio from Spaces.
Yeah, it's on. It's on. Okay, let me play some music while we generate this art. Let's see. But yeah, meanwhile, maybe we can start collecting ideas. So yeah, how do you imagine the POAP? I really want to make it like animated. So yeah, what would you guys like to the POAP to be like? Yeah, maybe we could start with you, Paul. Oh, I think he left. But yeah, Rod, are you there?
Yeah. I don't know. Let's ask ChatGPT what should be on the POAP for Let's Grow. Like simple. If you don't know what to do. Does it count?
Yeah.
I can fill in the meantime Olympia space engineering.
Okay.
I'm working home, so I can just start talking about it, about the important. For a lot of people, rocket science and space engineering is the same. However, on practice, space engineering is a really boring job, mostly related to bureaucracy and compliance and tons of documents. However, that's not because there is a reason for that. The thing is that when you build stuff for space, you do not have the second option. And even a slight fail, slightly untight screw or something like that can actually screw the whole mission. So actually, when you build something for space, you need with a lot of bureaucracy because you have to conduct a lot of tests. You have to do certificates for the material that you've been using, and often the cost of the same part, but one design story for the background and sound. For example, the same electric motor designed for Earth, and used on Earth and used in space. The motor that is used on Earth costs around $40. However, same motor, same material, same model, same control, but certified for space and Just did a code into space and then got 10 grand, which is a huge difference, like 200 to 150 times. But yeah, the price, often the cost comes not from the complicated technology, but from the way, from a lot of overhead work on top of that. And that's where blockchain and supply chain, I know that Paul is last, supply chain comes in place. By having a decentralized database of ideally all the existing materials, alloys, components, everything, every electronic component, we could, first of all, much easier to do the stuff we need, and secondly, rely on AI to do that. A lot of proprietary software like Altium Design or InDesign, I forgot Altium. Altium, SolidWorks, they have libraries of components, and it really helps a lot. However, there are open source alternatives, like for example, KiCad for PCB analysis, for PCB design. It also has not great, but it has a library of components. And Lunka kind of addresses all of those issues with a simple idea. Okay, most of the engineering that we do in 3D. We need diagrams, and we need to exchange binary files, ideally being able to keep a track of versions and do it in a decentralized manner. So the thing is that a lot of a lot of processes in any engineering project, they are the same, and same for space. Space is just very specific. It has.
Lunko, I'd love to respect Anna's hosting of this hour and guidance that we want to start thinking about the ideas of what for a visual that we could come together and create a POAP that is representative of this, of Let's Grow Live. What sort of visual ideas? So I hate to sort of interrupt and cut you off there, but I think I'd just love to bring it back and because Anna is live right now, having going through a process of prompting an AI image generator to create a beautiful POAP for us. So what sorts of ideas are coming to mind that we as a group would love to see in this POAP, in this piece of art that's representative of this space? For me, what's coming up is the connection points and the spaces are place for sparks of collaboration to happening. And so handshakes, the visual of a handshake comes to mind. The knowledge sharing comes to mind, like visual of knowledge coming out of someone's head and being shared with another head or something like that. Those are some of the visuals that come to mind for me. But where are you thinking of starting, Anna?
Yeah, thank you, Seb. Yeah, that sounds super nice. So right now I made one first option. I just pin it on top. I would maybe, I just took like the logo and I ran it through some animation, and this is what we got. Maybe we can try like changing the seed number so we can maybe get more details. And then I also added the second one, which let me post it here on top. That could be amazing. But yeah, let's explore that, Seth. Should we I also have here a prompt creator, so we could even test with a specific like art reference if you like Picasso, if you like Monet. But yeah, how do you imagine it, Seth? Like, should we try like a artist style?
Yeah, and I wonder if we could, like, I'm seeing this animation of the logo, and I'm like, wow, what if, you know, we could have more of a like swirl that is connecting this neon swirl of knowledge connecting to different unique entities and individuals. This and which tool are you thinking of using too? Are you also going to play around with the one that has the computer vision?
Yeah, so I'm playing around with which one are you referring to? The one we were drawing the other day, or?
Not the drawing one, but actually where you can, and now I'm forgetting, maybe it's not actually up on the tools yet, but the one where we can, you can upload an image and it will deconstruct the prompt of it, and then create or you can like edit things in the image where we switched the dog to a cat. But I'm not sure which tool that was exactly.
Yeah, like right now, yeah, maybe we could try that. Like right now we're starting from scratch, so let's create the prompt and then we can try putting the prompt in the image generator and see what we get, right? Is that?
Yeah, maybe we could go around and kind of share or just go through a little process of brainstorming what the general themes and takeaways are from the last week and a half that we've shared together in different spaces. And there's we have quite a few folks already up on stage. Maybe we could go around and kind of, I mean, I shared when I was kind of the connection points, opportunities for collaboration. The visuals that were coming to mind were handshakes and like mental sharing of knowledge. What is coming to mind for you, Anna? And then maybe we could jump around, and I'll start to write these down, and then that could maybe help us form a more sort of holistic prompt that we could design.
Yeah, it sounds nice. Yeah, okay, I'm adding that to the prompt. So handshakes, like mental sharing of knowledge. We have maybe like networks. Networks, would you imagine like any people on it, or do you imagine just like the green of the logo? And yeah, please everyone feel free to join and brainstorm with us. What would you like to see reflected in that pop? So yeah, let's try with that one, Seth. Okay, so we here have the option of giving it an artistic preference, even a style. So we have acrylic painting, we have Baroque painting, body painting, cartoon painting. How do you guys imagine it? We could try some cubism. Let's try some cubism. And all we do is generate prompts.
Van Gogh, let's do Vincent Van Gogh.
Okay, let's try that one. Okay, Vincent van Gogh, handshare, mental sharing of knowledge through networks, let's say.
wondering maybe.
Okay, so in subject, it gives us like person, place, object, man, woman, animal, robot. Or we can also leave it like empty. We don't have
Maybe a
to
tree.
choose
Maybe a tree or something like that. Or maybe a spinning coin with a tree.
a tree. Okay, let's say tree. Maybe some roots. That could be interesting.
Yeah, or a leaf or something. Hi, by the way.
Hey, how are you doing, friend?
Yeah, I'm awesome. Thank you very much. How are you? Shining.
Doing great.
Shining.
Doing great.
Just on the note of roots and trees, I was thinking like, when I think of this movement, I think of like the roots as like the community, like us, and the tree is kind of like the representation of the work that we're doing. In a sense. That kind of came to mind. So I love the idea of like a tree with roots.
Okay, so I'm gonna try this first one. As you can see, like this prompt generator, like it's awesome because like it's gonna, for example, every time it says break, it divides like one concept to the other, so they all don't get all like so mixed up. And yeah, let's see. We're gonna use this prompt, and then we're gonna take her to the image generator.
Here we go.
And let's see. I'm trying to give you to get you in the audience, Steve, in the stage, but maybe I need to take away some speakers so I can get you here. If anyone is not connected, please go to the stage so we can get more speakers here. And yeah, are you guys seeing the result? It gave us, should we animate it too? So it gave us this super awesome, like Van Gogh inspired tree.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's so nice.
It looks very trippy, I guess.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on that one?
Yeah, give me a second. I am downloading it.
Oh, even the middle animation is pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I can. Oh yeah, this can move. So as you can see, like
octopus would work too. Looks like octopus.
So this one is the image that we are already using for like the flyers and like all the marketing materials, which is like awesome how it's moving. And then we have the tree. This is the result of the prompt that we got.
Can we animate it?
Yes, I just animated it, but maybe we can give it like a different.
Oh, that's the, okay, so move it to the left.
Yeah, let's give it like a different seed phrase to see like if it changes a lot.
Seed. Oh, so it says seed rate?
Yeah, seed rate.
Okay, so here's the second option. And if we animate it,
Animated.
oh, it's generating. It takes some seconds, but it's gonna be generating soon. There you go. Yeah, what should we change? Probably not. Maybe we take away the artist style.
Yeah, different golf style. Yeah, different golf style does not work.
Seemed like the last tree didn't really animate, did it?
Yeah, no, it's giving like the
generating.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, so I took away the Leonardo da Vinci reference. I took away the style. And let's see, maybe we can add like solar point vibe. David, how you doing, Jimmy?
I always tell the AI make it colorful, and it always makes it awesome.
Okay, so colorful. Okay, we're doing a second generation of image. Look, Jimmy, it did animated.
So this I feel like is sort of, this is cool looking, but kind of too simplistic for for what we want. I think.
Oh wow, look at this that it generated. It's actually pretty cool.
Oh, cool hand.
Yeah, cool hand. Let's maybe trying to change the colors. I'm gonna animate it. Let's see how it looks animated. And yeah, hey Juan, how are you doing? Juan Talamera. Hey Steve, how are you doing? How is everything going?
Doing good, doing good. Yeah, today I won't get the wrong time. Just today I got the wrong time with GM. That's okay. But yeah, the conversation was interesting, and then my internet crapped out. So it looks like a whole new room in here. So hey guys, what's up? How we growing?
We're going great, Steve. We are designing right now a pop for the spaces. So if you want to check what's happening, go to the live stream. It's like 3 posts on top of the garden. And yeah, if you want to give us some ideas, we're prompting and running an image generator. So yeah, we would appreciate your ideas. Juan, is your hand up? You want to join us? Ooh, look at the generation, but it's like, looks like it's burning. Steph, are you there?
I am. I'm also. Oh wow. Yeah, that hand looks like it's just melting. I am playing around as well on Pixio, doing the optimized prompt, and just seeing what I can create. Which tool are you using?
So this one is not released yet, so I'm gonna send it to your email,
Ah,
to your
I see.
DM.
I see. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm gonna play. I just sent it to your email. To your email, no, to your DM. And let me play some music while we are here designing, prompting. If anyone else wants to join the prompting, let me know. I can send you also the link so you can explore.
Which one else? Let's finish the round. Next, please.
Yeah. Green Digital Guardians. You can vote for yourself.
Obviously. Which one else? It counts because it's a different wallet.
So you have 2 passports now?
Which one else? Go down.
Urbanica, you have to vote for Urbanica.
Yeah. Which one
Web3
else?
Beach, Web3 Beach.
Yeah, Carlos.
Evergreen coin.
Evergreen coin. I don't know what is it. What it is.
He's right here, Mr. McGee. Explain.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I was working with you guys want to know more about evergreen coin?
Yeah, but
One is wondering if he can donate.
Let's finish the round because yeah. So
Live donations right here.
which
We had people do personal works, tasks, including your photos and personal stories, and you get some credit at the end of the month. It's self-reported and then community verified, and then you can continue. It's a pretty easy process. We've been doing this since 2019. For every dollar, we get over $2 worth of crypto that can be claimed for people on the ground. Plus, there'll be money for people to do technical stuff, at the foundation to do more robust verification systems. I know we're kind of hopes that we'll get registered more chains. We'll start to use some of the protocols that you guys are sharing here to quantify data. So I'm excited. Thank you for helping us out. Also, please participate in claim coins. Once you own coins, you can use whatever you want. Finding any way to use them adds value to the community and this kind of work. So thank you guys.
okay, let's do it. Let's finish the round. So
You end your donation for sure.
what else?
Econavi,
End this round.
Coconut Network, you can't forget Coconut Network.
Coconut.
Refi Colombia.
I
Okay.
Which one else?
I'm just asking because I don't know.
I'm just asking because I don't know all the projects. For example, green coin. I never know.
know now. Evergreen coin is great. They reward people for environmental works in developed countries to make photos, getting their cryptos. It's a great program.
Sunflower.
Flowers here. Hey, that's me.
Who else? Oh, Crocodile.
No, te debe faltar ese, Juan.
Okay. Are we done now?
No, you have to find wild Sherpas. Which round are you on right now? Climate, of course. Yeah, climate. Who else is?
Wild Sherpas.
Ayaweka, Uganda, please. My amazing co-host.
I right click on Ayaweka.
Well done.
There is no Wild Sherpas here.
I'm trying to get you in the speaker while Sherpas, but it's
It's a different round, I think.
There is no Wild Sherpas.
No Wild Sherpas.
Okay. Check out. Okay.
Yeah, so we have 3 options. I'm gonna award in the idea that you had of also adding like the stewards. And but yeah, I'm really happy with the animation we got with the logos. So yeah, I'll keep working on that and post maybe 2 options, and maybe we can all vote and have the co-op ready at the end of the round. And yeah, thank you everyone for coming by and giving your comments. We all designed a pop together, so that's very fun. And yeah, the stage is all yours, David. How are you doing, Steve? How is everything going? Are you in Thailand already? Where are you in this world? And by the way, I know Rifai Pangan and Will Sherpa, you guys are asking to be a speaker, but for some reason I can't. I don't know if we don't have like more. I cannot more people. I'll just drop to the audience so you guys get the mic. But yeah, thank you everyone. See you tomorrow in a few hours, and let's go.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've come to the end of our session. Thanks so much, my co-host, and I should also say goodbye to everyone. But I'll keep around until late. If you wanna collaborate with us and you feel our work is okay, you can just be calling for us to continue with a good one. Don't forget to send some love to Kokobravo. Let us grow Max Impact Regents, even and all the good projects around. It was my view that maybe if all of us donate today, then we see the impact. Thank you so much. Be blessed. See you tomorrow. The same station, the same time. Goodbye.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, everyone. See you in a few hours. Bye.
Hello, everybody. What's going on?
Going on.
What's going on,
Going.
What's growing on? How's it growing? Been touching trees or?
Because I'm in Bangkok, but I will be touching.
Because I'm in Bangkok, but I will be touching both next week in the island.
Which island? Thailand or?
Yeah. So we leave, I think, Tuesday to Koh So everybody's gonna get. It's like just at the pier area across to the island, and then the ferry kind of wakes up. So it's a good little trip. Definitely recommend it if you are going from Bangkok.
That's bro. I love it. You must be excited. We got Koh Phangan up here as well. Rifai Koh Phangan. Are you excited to welcome the Giveth legend himself to the island?
Of course I do. I actually regret that I haven't met Steve last time when he was here. And Paul met him and Rod met and who else was here? I don't know. But yeah, I hope we... Of course I do. I told him also what we do here and yeah, Paul met him and Rod met and who else was here? I don't know.
It's gonna be awesome.
But yeah,
and basically was it Paul put me into a group of events, and then there was a guy I met on the plane. He's like, yeah, I'm going down those ways. I was just like, dude, like, I do to a group. It's gonna be awesome. Like, and he's a dev though, so he's not really into refi, like as in like not that he doesn't like it, but he just it's not where he's focused on. But you know, maybe we get a decent to read some of the interest like so.
He's a dev though.
So let's grow. He's not really into refi, like as in like not that he doesn't like it, but he just
Let's
that's
grow.
not where he's focused on. But
Yeah, this is
you know, maybe we get a deed into region situation. So let's grow.
Back to you, good sir. I was coming in with the sound effects. It's growing.
My bad. So, I believe the competition last time was,
Back
or
to
when I
you,
was
good
on earlier,
sir.
was
I was coming in with
about
the sound effects.
my bad. How refi is like a new economic model, but we have a big problem that's liquidity
Last time
and how we
or when I was on earlier was
how we make that better in the longer term. There was someone who said to me, or said in the space, that we should, that one of the answers, one of the main answers, is
how we
a bit like we have carbon credits now.
that
If somebody
better in the
pollutes,
long
does
term.
something bad,
There was
they
someone
should
who
be
said to
punished,
me, or
and
said
then
in
we
the
should get money
space
from that.
that one of the answers, one of the
And
main answers is
my rebuttal there was,
a bit like we have carbon
we don't
credits
want
now.
to
If
focus on
somebody
that.
pollutes or does something bad, they should be punished, and then we should get money from that. And my rebuttal there was,
We don't
we
want that.
shouldn't focus on that, you know.
Yeah, like I think there's been some talk before about whether or not you should try to tear down a system or simply just build something that's better, right? And I think that's kind of in
That's
line with what
better,
we're
yeah.
talking about. Yeah, better incentives over here that will attract people in the long term, as opposed to just trying to chase after. Though that's not to say we don't need to hold people accountable, and definitely these business leaders who are illegally poisoning the planet should be held accountable. But yeah, I think in terms of what we can focus our energy on, it's building the better option.
Yeah, and I also think they are actually growing or getting retired really soon. I mean, the young generation who is coming up and will be the new leaders, they have a completely different approach to business and things like that. I hope, actually.
I completely agree. I have this philosophy of net positive energy. Basically, the energy it takes to flow against something is a lot less efficient than the energy it takes to flow towards something new, right? So it's just like the amount of, in order to actually make a tangible impact, the amount of energy you have to put to fighting against the flow of energy that's already going in one direction is like probably twice as much to actually make some sort of impact than it takes to put that energy into something new and just guide the flow of energy into something else. So yeah, very agreed in that respect.
Yeah, I also believe. I actually believe that eventually you actually want to work against something that actually is a waste of energy completely, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's like instances where it's required, like you can't, like yeah, Jimmy, you mentioned like holding people accountable, and like I have a ton of respect for the folks who do put their energy towards fighting what is wrong with the world and standing their ground, and that's like nothing would so some things would have never changed throughout history if people didn't actually come together and fight the system or fight for change. So I respect that, but I do also just see that it takes it. I think there are like certain key things, and you need a what is it, like a Schelling point. You need a like critical mass of folks who are ready to fight for that thing in order to like really make progress. And so when you have this complexity of the meta crisis that we're in, where you have so many different groups, so many different challenges, and there's a lack of cohesion and consensus around achieving that critical mass. Like we've already seen it, like with the climate activists, Greta Thunberg type approach. It can only go so far because it's really you need that critical mass that actually changes governments, and that is very difficult to achieve when when navigating these complex problems. And so just I think the more efficient path is to just flow energy and get people excited about what are the alternatives, what are the alternative pathways. And refi, regenerative finance, I think, is the space where people can get really excited about imagining new futures, as opposed to trying to tear down existing structures.
%. Great points. I'm glad that we can bring together so many. It's really a meeting of the minds, these Let's Grow Lives. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm good, thank you.
Okay, you just unmuted. Okay, back to you, Giveth.
Yeah, I love the conversation, and it's good to hear people's sides. And Giveth. So Griff, the founder of Giveth, always says evolution, not revolution. And I think earlier we mentioned about language, and I think when we move in this space, language is important to communicate our message, and also language can be different for different people, the meanings they associate with it. But definitely, promote the positive vibes and give to those who give. The giveth way. So, yeah, let's all have some positivity when we're growing. I just want to share something, because this is actually something to do with general magic, but some people were asking me about how it works and stuff, and there's a post that recently got put up, so I need to find it, and then I will hopefully share it. It just explains what Pairwise is being used for in Retro PGF, which is another event going on at the moment, another funding event. So that would just give some clarity. It's quite an interesting thread to just look into what it's doing. So yeah. So I want to use another moment of this is, let's try something we do in Giveth Galaxy for meetings and when we connect with people at events and stuff, and just in general in the work environment, is praise. So everyone who's in the speaker panel right now, I'll start. You got to praise 3 people for something. Okay? So basically being grateful. So first of all, I'm going to praise Jimmy for putting this together and inviting us all to, come together in this great energy. And also want to thank Rod, because every time I get stuck with Giveth questions, he comes and saves the day. Because Rod is somebody you should connect with, a very smart guy who he went through the Giveth process, and he shares his journey in a very helpful way. And so praise to that. And my final praise, who should I give to? Let's go praise to Paul for keep like focusing on this refi dream, man. Like I remember listening to you like tell me all about the air and trying to solve this air issue. And now we got ecosynthesis down there. So it's cool to see this focus and this manifestation come to light. And yeah, so I'm going to pass this to Jimmy.
Thank you so much, man. It really means a lot. Thank you for the praise and for starting up this activity. I think this is a really beautiful one, and it's cool that that's a part of the culture within Giveth. But okay, so a few people that come to mind, and there's so many I'd love to praise, and I think this has triggered me to make this more of a habitual thing. But Syntropic Regen, or Syntropic Tree Gen, I sometimes call him, is officially making content with Tree Gens, and he made all of the content for Let's Grow DAO. Super passionate, amazing person. I love seeing him going from having never hosted a space to absolutely crushing it as a steward, like running the technology and hosting, and pushing the boundaries, sharing his iPad as he creates what he does, which is really such a great asset, a great contribution to this regen movement, like beautiful art to represent it and cool animations and graphics. It's really an amazing thing. And as we're talking about growing the movement, like it needs good branding. So let's grow. Grateful for Syntropic, and his startup Alucius is pretty awesome too. Another person that comes to mind is Wasabi. So Wasabi literally built the DAO and put it on chain, and like was so thoughtful in the way that it was designed, put a lot of time and effort into thinking about DAOs and how to build them to be fair and really long-term, evergreen. And yeah, so he whipped up our website. He fixed our links. So by the way, if you guys want to come on to the video, you can just go to link.letsgrow.network/video, and the same URL, but /stream, spaces will take you here. And so, yeah, he's a legend. I mean, I gotta say, Anna of Coco DAO as well. I mean, it was super cool of you to also push the boundaries on doing a POAP, doing a freaking like live art, during this, and pushing the boundaries using these different AI tools, and the coolest music. Definitely my favorite music being played during these 24/7 live streams is coming from Anna and the Coco DAO. Super cool that she's also in Kopangan, and super excited to do amazing things with this incredible team over there. And meet you as well, Steve. Let's grow, let's grow. Why don't you last low thumbs down? Come on, bro. You got to come to Thailand. The festival's in December of next year. You got plenty of time to make plans. Plenty of time to make plans. All right, let's grow.
Okay, I'm gonna be praising right now. I'm gonna be praising the Let's Grow live show because I really enjoyed here. And I'm gonna be praising the Wildcat Alliance because these guys are just amazing. They're building on Bitcoin, they're building on Litecoin, and they're just awesome builders and awesome support. You can have everything from them. And of course, I have to be super thankful for my mother and my son, and yeah, and so many other people actually. I would not have to stop for the next hour, I guess.
Sorry,
and I'm happy that actually all the things I always had in my mind or was thinking about, they're all coming true, and you see it popping up everywhere, and it's so cool to see everything. But it's so awesome. It's just amazing.
Love it. Who do you pass the praise to? Who's next? Who speaks next? Laszlo?
I can go next if you want. I'm happy to chime in. This is awesome. A couple folks. Obviously, this whole Let's Grow live community has just been amazing. It's going to be hard to go back to normal life, if you will, after GG19. So let's keep this going. In this room, a lot of good ones have already been mentioned. I'm going to say Will Tia from Kingfishers Media is there, doing so much to help steward, hold down the Let's Grow Live fort. The whole Giveth team, I actually want to give a shout out to and say I'm grateful to. I've had the opportunity to collaborate and chat with Mitch and Almond, and we haven't really had a chance to really connect yet much, Steve, but I'd love to connect with you as well and learn more about you and the work that you're doing. So the whole Giveth team, they're just amazing. Such groundbreaking work that you're doing. So I got to give a shout out to that as well. I think I have one more. I'm going to say to Juan as well from Refi Medellin and Green Digital Guardians. Love the work that you're doing. I'm just amazed by how you're able to do so much in the space and really bring people together, and you're building some really cool stuff down there. So those were just a few that haven't been said yet that are really amazing and that I'm grateful for. And I guess in terms of who I can pass it to next, Juan, you there behind that, behind Green Digital Guardians?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to make a Twitter post about the last donations. Yeah, I have really bad internet right now.
It's okay. We hear you.
We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Kudos for making a.
So who do you
making a tweet.
praise? Three people you either are grateful for, or maybe something. Well, this is kind of grateful as well, but it can also be something that someone did that was really awesome. In this, I would say try and get it to this space. So people in here with something awesome they do, or you're very grateful about them that they've done.
Yeah, I want to say that too because actually every project does something awesome. Honestly, it's really, I mean, really,
There's
pretty much every project does something awesome. It's so.
Yeah, it's awesome that it's great to say everyone, and often we do, but it's also cool with this like 3-3-3. But yeah, man, Laszlo, like thanks for that. Like everyone in here definitely doing great work. But yeah, I believe we were up to Green Digital Guardians. So who are the three you give praise to? Or maybe give a thumbs down if your connection is bad.
No, I'm here. I'm just trying to make a
Okay,
tweet. But what is the question exactly?
so
Sorry,
you'll give
I was not paying attention.
all good, all good. So you're giving praise to three people in space. The praise can be or great for something about them or something they've done. So who three do you want to give praise to?
Okay, let me check who is in the space. Okay, so I want to praise like Jimmy because he's always doing these crazy spaces. He push us to do these crazy things because if he don't push us to do these things, I think nobody has like the energy to push and make us stay in those spaces like for 15 consecutive days. So, and he is always around, always around. I try to be around also, but sometimes it's kind of difficult. But Jimmy is always like, I I have here Jimmy in the shower, eating, in an airport, everywhere. So yeah, this is the first praise. The second praise is for Anna, for of Crocodile, because Anna is like the second hand at the moment, doing these spaces and the the live stream, uh, and making logos, hosting, stewardship, the spaces. So Anna is doing a lot of things also. Mm, I think crypto altruism. I want to praise crypto altruism because crypto altruism since the beginning they support the religion
Did he rug, or is that just me?
No, I also can't hear him. He did warn us about his internet connectivity. He'll be back. He'll be
So,
back.
yeah, let's give let somebody else give praise. Maybe Sev, Sunflower, you're up.
Yeah. So I'd love to give praise to Juan for jumping in and last hour going through and doing some live donations. Gave us a donations, excuse me. Pardon my normie language. So yeah, really thankful for going through and giving lots of love in a live way, and that's what we're doing here at Gitcoin. Let's Grow live donations, pretty amazing. I'd also love, I mean, I had this already picked before other people said Anna, so I'm gonna go. And two other people wanted to praise Anna, but I was already had it in my mind. I was like, okay, definitely want to give some praise to Anna because she just has this patience and warm energy that is, and like curiosity that she brings just like 24/7 every time. She's the steward for my hosting hour, which is 6 a.m. UTC. It's a little bit quieter Asia time zone is but like every time she just shows up with this great amount of warmth and is just always on it, always ready to be helpful, and just super appreciate her. Then I'd also love to praise James from Carbon Counting Club for having the actually embracing the spirit of collaboration and reaching out. And we had a conversation. We set up a call and had a conversation. Just was that this morning or yesterday? And talked about methodology development and how to verify carbon in biochar and organic matter. And it was a great conversation. So excited to continue that with that thread with James. And yeah, I appreciate everyone who's willing to take that leap from, hey, saw you in a space, to, hey, let's actually set up a call and figure out how do we actually make this opportunity of around collaboration into something that's tangible. And always appreciate that. So those are my three.
Awesome. And who do you pass it to?
I will pass it to Kingfisher, or actually, Refi Pangan has their hand up, so I'm going to pass it to them because maybe they need to jump in with something else.
Fair enough. Just a word of caution. I just had a thing that said reconnect issue with the host. So if we rug, just be pre-warned. All right.
Wait, who's the host right now?
I don't know. Who's stewarding?
Let's contact them. Tell them to find bars.
That would be Guru or Utkarsh.
Hey, it's me, Guru.
Guru, please find bars, bro. Don't rug us. We only have one co-host.
I'm good.
Rug. All right. Let's go. Refi Pangan. What's your three praises? Who are you giving them to?
Yeah, of course, I will start with Paul because without him, I would not be here. And I only had ideas, but I never knew how to implement them and what to do with them next. Paul was the one who is actually onboarded me, so I would say big thank you. And the next actually would be this guy who's bringing the purple hearts, crypto altruism, because I learned a lot from your podcast. You're like my university. I was watching a lot at night when kids are asleep and just going and diving into your topics and meeting all the wonderful projects that you bring to talk about. And yeah, it's just amazing. Thank you. You are the great great initiative for people like us who are just getting into. Yeah, I learned a lot. Thanks. And of course, Mr. Igli. Igli, Igli, like this very kind guy with big heart, first of all, and then he's a great professional, and he knows everything about whatever you ask him. And yeah, he helps me a lot also on my way in NFT and creating NFT collection. Just thanks to you, Igli. And I would say please one more because we're all here. Of course, I want to thank Let's Grow DAO because they're helping us to
Did I
grow
rug
every
or did
day.
she?
That's you, bro. Uh, so we could try Reef Pangan stepping down and back
Okay,
up,
I'm not sure if
which might
that's
help for
me
you.
rugged or someone else.
Wait, can you not hear me either?
But
Yeah.
James, I think you're next.
Give it. You can't hear me. Oh no. Someone talk to Steve. Tell him that he's rugging.
Hey Steve, I think you're
or-
rugging. I can hear everyone else.
Or maybe Guru, you could drop him down, bring him back up.
But I just gotta say thank you so much for the kind words. It means the world to hear stuff like that. Getting all you know, the nice feeling from that. So thank you so much. It really means a lot to hear that positive feedback.
Let's grow.
So we need to pass it on. Pass the praise.
Guru, I think you need to give it down and bring him back up. He can't.
We're doing it.
Hope everyone's doing well. I know I'm thankful for Jimmy. He's always made me feel welcome in these spaces. I do have some social anxiety, so that's been very helpful. That's just how friendly he is and how much energy he brings to the space. I know that there is like Awaka Uganda is planting trees for schools. I love actually seeing, the children getting educated, the trees getting planted, and the ability to just keep going when things are tough. I don't think that John from Kawagumba Village is actually in the space at the moment, but he comes in a lot. His just positivity in his adverse conditions is very supportive. Like it just makes me feel good to see how positive he can stay. I know that he's making a difference and helping. And I think that doing this exercise is super important. That we know we appreciate each other and why. I know I appreciate Kingfisher. He's been very patient when people come and ask questions. He likes to be thorough with explanations. It's good to have somebody that you're not afraid to ask questions from and you can expect a complete answer in return from. So like there's just a bunch of people here that I do really appreciate the time and effort you're putting into the space. So thank you, everybody. I really do appreciate it. I know the Giveth program, Evergreen Coin got listed on there. Thank you for taking the time to build and manage all of that. I know none of it's easy. I don't have time to list everybody, but I do definitely appreciate it. And like Sunflower Ecotech said, reach out to each other, collaborate. I was happy to speak with him for about a half hour so we get to know each other a little bit better on a personal level and explore how we might be able to help each other in the future. I shared with him my personal gardens, growing mushrooms. Of course, off seasons, I know flowers, and it's not very pretty, but I'm still excited about it.
Love it. All right. Who do you pass the praise to?
I guess have we heard from Kingfisher on this one?
You have not. Are you passing it to us?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I don't
Does
think,
it have to be
has
isolated?
Wild Sherpa gone? Wild Sherpa has?
Maybe. Can you not hear me, Giveth?
Have gone. Here they are. No, that's it.
Hello.
No?
Go ahead, Wild Sherpas.
Hi, thank you. So
I would like to appreciate, of course, like everybody did, the first names which came to my mind was Jimmy and Anna. Hats off to you for connecting the space continuously with a lot of energy. And that's one thing, Jimmy has unmatchable energy. I've never seen anybody having so much energy throughout. And for being so welcoming to have everybody on stage to listen to all of them. I'm not much of a speaker, I don't talk much. But here I'm just getting comfortable talking to all of you. And thanks for the space. And the next person I would like to thank is Earth-based Soul of Solar Punk Nomads. He has been guiding us because we are a new project, but then he gave us, he listened to us, he asked us a lot of questions. He appreciates our project, and he's so welcoming and encouraging actually. So that gives us a lot of strength to move on, to do a lot of more things. And that's another person. And there is another one who is Kiran of Atlantis. They're also from India, but they were the ones who guided us from the beginning. This is our second grant, and during the first one, they were the ones who guided us, giving just the basic information. We are also planning to collaborate, work together. It's a wonderful thing what this space provides. We are so grateful for being here and do what we want to do. Like how Carbon Counting Club said, we love to educate children. We love to have trees planted and things. We always wanted to do this, and we are so happy we could do this because of this space. Thanks to Giveth and Gitcoin and all the projects who are focusing on public goods funding, and all those people who are present here who have genuinely want to support all these public goods. And that's all.
That was a wonderful way to come in after saying that you don't really want to talk much. So thank you for giving us today. And I invite anybody else listening to join along and also share some praise. If there's somebody you want to mention, maybe they might be listening and they're not in this space. Sorry for the background noise. So, Green Digital Guardians, what's up? Got your hand.
Hey, I don't know if you hear me the last time or I get it.
Yes, I believe we heard you.
Okay.
Yeah, your connection's okay. It doesn't seem too bad.
Okay.
Steve, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. I can hear you. Just making sure you're connected properly. I don't think we got an opportunity. Does it have to be isolated to this space, or? I mean, I can do it that way if that's the
So
gist.
it doesn't have to be isolated. We're just doing a round of praise. So is
Yeah.
there anything in your mind you want to open up with a question? Or
No, I just wanted to do the praise activity.
Oh,
So
you haven't done it yet?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go
No,
for
we
it.
haven't done it yet. You
Praise.
couldn't hear me when James passed it over to us, so that's fine. And we let Wild Sherpas go. Okay, so first and foremost, since we're giving out praise, I want to give praise to my mom, who passed way too early from this experience we call life, who shared with me at the age of 14 a vision that absolutely can be accomplished within my lifetime. I want to give praise to my mentor and surrogate father, Mark, who not encouraged me, but pushed me into learning everything I could about this space as fast as possible, because I found some very beautiful things here in this experience. And then I want to give praise to Jimmy. Absolutely. Jimmy is the one who encouraged us to participate in GG18. Jimmy is the one who encouraged us to craft a proposal and assisted us with crafting that proposal, so that we had a good chance of being accepted. And we were accepted. And, GG19, we're in GG19 as well. and it's been an amazing experience. So yeah, that's who I would give my 3 praises to at this current time. Although there's a lot of other people I could praise that are in the space, but like you said, we're doing it for 3. So those are the 3 that come to the top of my mind.
Is that everyone on the speakers? We all did the praise. Love it, love it. That's so. Hopefully you feel good, and you know, this tool is so. This is a culture that comes with a tool, right? The tool is praise, and if you have a Discord community, hopefully in the Telegram community in the future, I believe at the moment it's only available on Discord. But personally, my experience of this has been that if you are working online, let's say you're working with a lot of people, it can be hard to connect. And so you might feel a bit disconnected with the flow, especially in a different time zone, or maybe just there's already groups within the org and things like that. So praise can be a great way for new people to get validation on their work that they're doing. For example, someone say, hey, like, praise Jimmy for holding the space like we did here. Maybe it's a piece of work that somebody did, wrote an article and it was really awesome, things like that. And it just is a positive way to let people know that they're being seen for their contributions. That's the main heart of the tool. It can develop into reputation tokens and things like that. But it really works when the culture is built. And Giveth is if you ever jump into a Giveth call or like talk with Giveth people, especially events and stuff, there's a lot of this, what we just did here. And I think it's a really awesome thing. It's like positive reinforcement. And the tool also develops into this kind of community building insight, which can be really good for self-reflection and how do you move stronger as a community and things like that. So the first step is getting that culture that spread positivity. The second step is using the information from that positivity and seeing what we value as a culture, and we all have different cultures, and then what we should focus on or be able to calculate, in more correct terms, quantify, qualitative value. Hopefully I said that the right way around. So yeah, how we calculate positive things in our community, and it's a challenge, right? And praise is a great tool to do that, but also make people feel good at the same time. And I did leave information at the top of the what's Mikuli at the top. We also have Pairwise as well, and then obviously Giveth. So these are 3 that, I'm not going to shield the others, but that was my little shield session. So, yeah, Sunflower, I'm curious about what developments you've had with your project, because we had a nice one-on-one a while back, and yeah, like I remember hearing your project and you putting it all in front of me, and I'm like, wow, like that is such a cool project. So from there, I think it was more concepts. Like I'm curious what milestones have been achieved or near achieving. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so that one-on-one we had, still using the nuggets of knowledge that you shared and our strategy and of how we communicate, and that has panned out very well. So appreciate that conversation we had, Steve, and yeah, still getting value out of it today. With Sunflower, there's been a couple big breakthroughs since we last spoke over the last few months. The one is on agroforestry work, so our adaptive agroforestry methodology, which is a way for smallholder farmers to originate eco credits based on agroforestry practices and verifying that. Been some breakthroughs on how we're approaching that. One is making it an adaptive framework through the use of bioregional guidelines. So attachment documents to like this foundational methodology that will define the